Hey guys, how's it going? Realm Gaming here, back with another video. In today's episode, we are going over Daybreak and Divine Toll, the combo for that. So this is just going to be a beginner's guide. So if you're like an advanced Holy Paladin player, this is not going to be the video for you. This is going to be for people who are new to the spec or to the class and just trying to learn Holy Paladin in general. So let's first go over Daybreak. So Daybreak absorb your active Glimmer of Lights, triggering their effects at 200% value and granting 2,000 mana per Glimmer of Light consumed. So this is really important because this is going to kind of work into our combo. And what you want to know is that each Glimmer of Light that's consumed will get you 2,000 mana. So this is going to really play into your mana sustain along with your Blessing of Winter. If you can kind of utilize these as well as your judgment, there's a lot of things kind of going on here, but if you can kind of work all these in together, for the most part, you're not going to have any sort of like major mana issues on Holy Paladins. So that's Daybreak. If you don't know what Glimmer is, this kind of comes from your Holy Shock. It's a 30-second hot, and this is just going to heal all your other targets that have Glimmer on them, Glimmer of Light on them. So they're going to get that bonus healing from Glimmer of Light. So that's Daybreak. We have a Rising Sunlight right below this. After casting Daybreak, your next 3 Holy Shocks cast an additional 2 times. So that's really good for some burst healing. And that, for the most part, is how you're going to be utilizing your Daybreak Divine Toll combo. It's our huge burst heal, and it's on a very short cooldown. So it's something that we can almost always rely and fall back on. So now that we have that, let's quickly go over Divine Toll. So Divine Toll instantly casts Holy Shock on up to 5 targets within 30 yards. So what's happening here, right, is let's say you have a group of 5 people. They all have Glimmer of Light. What you're going to do is you're going to press Daybreak first. It's going to consume those Glimmer of Lights. It's going to give you mana for all of those. And then on top of that, you can Divine Toll right after that. Put all of those Glimmer of Lights back on all 5 of those targets. And, of course, you get the huge healing from this as well, because it casts Holy Shock on 5 targets. So those 5 Holy Shocks are going to put 5 more Glimmer of Lights on there. So it's like you didn't even lose them, right? You're just refreshing the duration on it. So this is probably going to be your biggest burst healing cooldown combo you can do. So the way it works is I have a macro for it. I like macros because it's less buttons that I have to press, right? So one thing that's really neat, Divine Toll's on a 45-second cooldown, Daybreak's on a 45-second cooldown. So that's really good because that means you can always utilize them together. So they're pretty much made to be putting a macro together. So the way it works is, let's say you have a party of 5 people. You want to prep them with Holy Shock so that you can get that Glimmer of Light on them. So let's say you have 5 targets here. They're all prepped with Glimmer of Light. That's the most ideal time to press Daybreak. So let's say you have your 5 targets. They're all prepped. So I can spam this macro here that I made. 1, 2, and it consumed. So Daybreak went off, it consumed the Glimmer of Light, and then Divine Toll went off, and it put those Holy Shocks on all 5 of my targets. And then, of course, we got the Glimmer back as well. So I will put this macro in the description of the video, and I also put something else into it that I just noticed. Let's see if I can find the macro here. What did I call this? Full Protection, so it's going to be under the T. So this is the macro here. It looks like it's on a cast sequence. So after 6 seconds of not pressing the button, it's just going to reset back to its original state. And it looks like I'm also looping in Divine Protection. And I'm also looping in Blessing of Sacrifice. And the reason that I do that, you don't have to do this. You don't, like, these 2 are not required. But typically, when I'm using this macro, it's when there's a lot of damage going out, and I want to be using Blessing of Sacrifice anyways. I want to be using Divine Protection anyways, because there's a lot of damage going out. So I try to put it all into one macro so that I don't have like 50 buttons, right, on my action bars. So that's just what I like. The only thing that's really required in this macro, though, is going to be Daybreak and Divine Toll. So, all right, guys, that's just a quick tip on Holy Paladin if you're new to the spec. So if you learned something or if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. We will see you on the next one.